participants will join the session. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So because this is going to be a bit lengthy, maybe I'll take 1.5 2 hours. This is related to database system. Okay. So after creating database system, I'm going to integrate with other applications. Okay. If time permits, we'll see how to migrate the data, how to migrate the data from one server to the other server if time permits. Okay, or else since this is the first part, no, part one we are going to complete today, that is 12 sessions. As I told you, okay, all the 12 sessions I'm going to discuss about the fundamental things related to AWS and machine learning. From 13th onwards, we are going to work on the projects. Okay, so some of the concepts are still pending. If possible, okay, in while executing the project itself, I'll try to cover those things like Docker engine, containerization, Redshift. Okay, those things are Kinesis. Okay, so those things are pending. I'll try my level best to cover in project part. Fine. So in today's session, this is also very important. Okay, if you have data, then only we can run machine learning programs. You know that one. Other challenges, structure format of data. Okay, so purely structure format of data, if you have means, we can run the programs. Understood? So since even Amazon Web Services, it supports for both structure format of data and structure format of data. Last time we was discussing about NoSQL data. Okay, that is I think DynamoDB. So along with that DynamoDB, we have one more, the service called RDS. Okay, so RDS, relational database service. This can be an interview question. RDS is not in database. I'll tell you. Okay, it's not in database. It's a platform where we can configure our database systems. Okay, so it's a tool, I can say, where I can configure the relational database system called RDS. Okay, so as far as RDS is concerned, this comes with 6 options. Okay, I think you guys are familiar with MySQL, right? Participants.
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
You guys are familiar with this, the database system. Most of them
Yes,
are
sir.
using MariaDB, widely used. MySQL, in initial stages, MySQL we use. SQL Server, Oracle. Oracle is one of the widely used database systems in the world. Understood. So along with this one, there is one more platform called Amazon Aurora. Okay, this was specially designed by the Amazon itself, and they are climbing like it is 5 times faster than all the rest of the all this database system. You take MySQL, Oracle, etc. They claim that it is 5 times faster than rest of the database system. We'll discuss about that one, Aurora, separately. Okay, so I don't want to mix up the Aurora system with the rest of the other database system. Okay, so today's architecture, this is the agenda. Okay, so let's try to design the architecture first. So what I will do is first say, okay, so I'll create one VPC, sorry, security group. Okay, so after creating the security group, what I will do, I'll create one RDS using, you take any the database system. Okay, so I'll use any one database system here, old database system. Okay, so then after creating the database system, what I will do, I'll try to connect this one with any other application programs. Like we have Workbench, we have, okay, Workbench we have. Next we have, okay, so next let us say using Workbench, I can insert the data, I can query the data. Okay, those steps I can do. Okay, so here, so whatever you are doing from here, Workbench from the local machine, that will be reflected here. In the same way, next what I will do, okay, I'll create one EC2 engine. Okay, EC2 engine. So inside this, what I will do, inside this EC2 engine, okay, I'll create database here. Sorry, inside this EC2 engine, what I will do, okay, I'll integrate or install my database system here. Okay, database system I will install. Okay, so database system I'll install. So after installing the database system inside the EC2 engine, I'll install one WordPress here, OPR cleared. Okay, I'll install WordPress. So inside this EC2 engine, okay, I'll try to keep one database as local database. Okay, so local database. Next, I'll try to fetch the data. Okay, the database which is stored, okay, which is created inside the RDS. OPR cleared. Participants, hello,
Yes, sir.
cleared, no? Okay,
Yes, sir.
so I'll create one database inside the RDS system. Understood. So that RDS in first phase, what I'll do, after creating the database using RDS system, I'll try to fetch the queries. Okay, so I'll keep on transforming the data from workbench to RDS, etc. Next, in the next phase, what I will do, I'll create one EC2 instance. So inside the EC2 instance, okay, I'll create my database system, MySQL database system using LAMP server, okay, LAMP server. So next is, after creating LAMP server, I'll create one local database system inside the EC2 engine. Okay, EC2 engine. Similarly, what I will do, okay, so I'll create one more platform here. For using that platform, what I will do, I'll try to access my data which is inside the RDS. Understood? So after that, after fetching the data which is inside the RDS, so what I will do, I'll try to integrate that one with the WordPress. Understood now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Understood, right? Like this is a kind of an application program. Suppose let us say you are designing one online system, okay, like an Amazon system. So what is happening here? So for front end, from the front end, okay, so user will be accessing your database, right? From here, the user will be accessing the database. Fine. So that database, generally what I will do, I'll try to store that database, okay, which is accessed through this WordPress, can be in any website platform. So whatever the data you are fetching from here, okay, that is going to store where? Using, that is going to store where? In the RDS. Cleared? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is going to store in the RDS. Let us imagine that I want to do some kind of a modification here inside this RDS system. So again, I can do modification through this workbench. Architecture is very simple. Okay, let's try to, shall we start the hands-on session or you want more theory? Are you clear with this architecture? Hello?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
please give one run through now.
Sorry?
Can you explain it again, the fetching of the data?
See, what I am going to do, simple architecture I'm going to design here. Okay, so first what I will do, I'll design one RDS, MySQL system. Okay, using RDS system. Or I'll design one database using RDS system. Fine. That means all my data will be inside my, which service? Hello? RDS. Got a point. All the database, all the tables, everything will be inside the RDS. Understood? So now next what I will do, after designing the RDS, okay, I'll try to integrate this RDS with Workbench, which is the local system. Okay, the Workbench. So using the Workbench, what I can do is I can modify my tables, database, etc. Hope you are clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next what I will do, using Amazon Web Services, I'll create one EC2 engine. Let's say server. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Hello. Yeah, I'll create one server called EC2. Inside this EC2, what I will do, I'll create the platform called LAMP. LAMP, Linux, Apache, okay, and PHP. Understood? LAMP. So using that LAMP, what I will do, whatever the data, so database I have created inside this RDS, I'm going to fetch that data. Where? Inside where? Hello?
Database.
EC2 engine. Understood?
Okay.
I'm going to fetch that data inside the EC2 engine. Inside the EC2 engine, what I will do, I'll create one simple application program here called, let's say, I'll use simple application program called WordPress. Understood? So next what I will do, using this application program, okay, I'll try to connect the database which is in RDS to my application program. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Understood now the architecture. Next,
Yes.
suppose let us imagine that users are accessing, let us say it is your online system, users are accessing, okay, so they are trying to purchase, let's say they are going to share the transactional data. So that data is storing where? I'm going to store where? Inside RDS through EC2 engine. Hope you are cleared.
Yes, sir.
If any modification I'm going to do, if any modification in the RDS, I'm going to do in VB. Okay, using the workbench. Let's start then. Okay, so I don't want to stress more on the theory part. So hope you are clear with the architecture now. Let's start the hands-on session. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay, so or else I'll start the hands-on session. Ayush, any doubt? Hello?
No, sir.
No, you understood now the clear architecture.
Yes, sir.
Uzma ma'am? Hello?
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay. Yeah, Srinivas sir, clear now the architecture? Fine, let's start the session now. So here what I will do, hold on. Let me clear this first. Let me clear this. Okay, so let's start. Okay, hope you can see my console now. Okay, this is my console, and you can see some changes in console. Recently they did, I think last with 24 hours, you can see the complete Mumbai region console has changed now. Okay, so here what I will do, first I'll create two security group. One security group for RDS and another security group for my, let's say WordPress as well as EC2 engine. Okay, so I will not mix up all the security group with the other one. Okay, so say I'll go to VPC, go to VPC first, go to VPC. Go to VPC. Here, there is an option called security group. Okay, can you see this? Okay, hit on security groups. Hit on security groups here. So these are my the list of security groups. Okay, what I have used for the previous trainings. Okay, so next is create security group. Okay, create security group. Give the name of the security group and give the familiar name. Let's say I'm going to create two security group. One is for RDS and another one is for my WordPress. Let's say EC2 engine. So I'll give the security group as RDS SG. SG stands for RDS security group. Okay, so in description I'll write RDS security group. Security group. Okay, I'll keep my VPC as same default. Okay, so most important here is the inbound rule. Suppose let us say RDS, when we talk about RDS, okay, so you are passing the data, no? You are passing the data from within the RDS, okay, from RDS to some other services, and you are fetching the data from RDS to, from other application to RDS, understood? So that is called inbound and outbound rules. So in inbound rule, what I will do, I'll give the tag. Okay, I'll set the traffic like in inbound rule, I'll allow only MySQL Aurora. Please note down this. Okay, so I'll allow MySQL Aurora. Okay, so this is the what I can say security group I'm going to use to send the data from RDS to some other application. Okay, which I'm going to set inside my inbound rules, and my port number is 3306. Just note down this. TCP/IP I'm going to use here. Okay, so next is custom. Okay, so as far as custom is concerned, I'll use anywhere. I'm going to access. Let's imagine that I want to access from anywhere, so I'll have anywhere here, or else you can give. Suppose let us say you want to access only through your, say, your computer, you can give your IP. Okay, so next is similarly outbound. I'll keep all the traffic. In outbound, I'll keep all the traffic custom. Say okay, anywhere. Hit on anywhere. Understood? That means I'm going to fetch all the data from all the resources. Say WordPress is there. Next we have any other application. Okay, so all the traffic, all the data should come from the okay. All the application I'm going to fetch the data here. So next is, hope you are clear with this. Let's say tag. Give the tag name. Tag name be name. Okay. So next is name. Let's say RDS SG. RDS SG. Next is create security group. So one security group got created. One is for, that is for my what? Participants. Hello. Hello. This security group I have created for RDS. Okay. In the same way, let's try to create one more security group for my EC2 engine, or let's say WordPress. Okay, I'm going to use application program WordPress. Let me check where it is. Yeah, you can see here RDS SSG security group is got created down. In the same way, I'll create one more security group. Next is say WordPress WP security group. Okay, so WP security group, WP hyphen security group, security group. Okay, so VPC I'll keep as it is default. Here when we talk about WordPress, so I need to SSH, right? Okay, so what I will do inside my architecture, I'll try to install my WordPress inside my EC2 engine. Hope you are clear. EC2 engine, that means I want to access first the EC2 engine. So inside the EC2 engine, you will be having WordPress, and WordPress I can access through HTTP or HTTPS, and EC2 engine I'll access through SSH. So that means in inbound, I want the permissions like SSH. I want SSH. Okay, so 22 port, let's say anywhere. Okay, in the same way, I'll add one more to access my WP. So for WP, say, what was that? HTTP I said, right? HTTP. Okay, if you want, you can add HTTPS also. If you have SSL certificate, you can add HTTPS also. And good news is you can have free SSL certificate from Amazon. Okay, so next is anywhere. I'll set this one also anywhere. Outbound, I'll keep everywhere. Sorry, from all. When it comes to outbound rules, I'll have anywhere. All traffic I will allow here. Okay. So next is give the tag name. Tag. Let's say name. Next is say WP WordPress security group. Okay. So next is create security group. So that means two security group got created. Okay, generally what we was doing previously. So while deploying the EC2 engine or any other services, we used to create default security group. So that means, okay, in this session, what I have done, so I have created the custom security group here. So I'm going to use this custom security group on my services. Now let's go to RDS. First, let's start creating the RDS now. I'll create the RDS. Create the RDS. Okay, so after creating, you can see, hope you can see my console now. Hello participants.
Yes, sir.
You can see the console right here. Okay, so hit on RDS, click on RDS. Hit on RDS. Hit on RDS. Hold on. Okay, so hope you can see the console now. So this is the platform where we generally create the the database. Okay, so on the left side you can see all the database name, query editor, performance insights, snapshots. Also you can say automatically try to take the backup also. Okay, so these are the other options which are provided here. First, let's start. Okay, so under Mumbai region, my service is working, operating normally. So let's try to create one database now. Hit on create database, or you can restore from S3 bucket, or if you have any other options. Now next is, there are two options. Hope you can see the console now. Hello. There are two options here. Okay, so standard create or easy create. In easy create, what happen? You just give the name, which database you want. Also based upon that one. Okay, just give your username and password. Automatically it will get set. So in standard, what happens? So we need to configure a little extra here. Hope you are clear, participants. Any doubt? Hello?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, now here see what happens as far as RDS is concerned, relational database system is concerned. It gives 6 packages. We have 6 packages. We can choose from all these 6 services. Amazon Aurora we have, MySQL we have, MariaDB we have, Oracle, PostgreSQL and SQL Server. Okay, so but they claim that Amazon Aurora is the 5 times faster than the rest of the other database system that we will see later. Understood. But problem with the Amazon Aurora is, okay, it is not free of cost. So every hour they are going to charge some piece of the dollars. Understood? So even I cannot use Aurora for training purposes. Okay, it is only available for development as well as the production purposes. Rest of the other the services, if you take database systems, are available here. So what I will do, I'll choose my MySQL. Okay, so even if you take this one, some options will be changed. Okay, so but the common creating the table, okay, exchanging the data will remain same here. MySQL, I'll choose MySQL. Next is, okay, so you can choose any version here. So this is the latest version of the MySQL, but it is, I recommend, okay, so it's better to consult with the database expert or the people who are handling database in company, which version they are using it. Okay, because it is going to affect even when you are deploying this RDS system in other workbench. Understood? So version is very important here. So what I will do, instead of taking version 8.020, what I will do, I'll try to go for little lower version. Okay, so let me take this 5.7.21, or else you can go for the latest version. There is no what the restrictions here. Have a look on this. Okay, so since I have chosen MySQL, see here I'm getting three options here. Okay, I can choose any three template here. One is called production, one is called development and test, one is called free tier. So the difference between this is, okay, so production means the data which is actually in the production level. Hope you are clear, participants.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. And development and test means the data or the database what you are using under development, during the development time of any application or any software. Understood? So free tier means we can use this one for a training purpose, and free tier is, this is free of cost. Okay, so they are not going to charge anything for this, but they are going to charge for this production department and development test department. If I choose, have a look on this. If I choose Aurora, okay, let me choose Aurora here. Okay, I'll try to choose Aurora. Okay, Aurora, when I choose Aurora, this option is not available. Can you see here? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
So
sir.
that option is not available here. Production and development test only, we can use this one. Okay, so let me choose again MySQL. Okay, so MySQL. Next is options I have given, hold on. It's showing production, yeah, free tier. I'll select free tier here. So next we need to give some identifier. Okay, so identifier for my database. Let's say I'll give the identifier be RDS. Okay, RDS database. Let me note down this because sometimes I'll forget. Okay, somewhere let me note down this. Hold on a second. Identifier. So my database identifier is DB identifier is RDS database. RDS database. Next is, okay, so next master username. Master username, okay, this is very important. Master username is admin name here. Okay, so admin they have mentioned here. So I'll keep as it is. I think it's better not to, shall I keep the same thing, admin? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, username, let's say admin only. Fine. I'll keep admin only because admin, it's very easy to remember actually. Okay, so next is our password. Okay, so password, I'll say password of my, there are two options here. Either I can auto generate the password or I can create. So I'll type admin, ADMIN 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so again you confirm the password, admin small letter ADMIN, hold on, ADMIN 1 2 3 4 5. Fine. So let me note down somewhere, admin. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. That is my password. So next is related to what I can say, the classes T2 micro architecture. So see here, standard classes and memory optimization, that option is not available in free tier architecture. So if you are using production and development database, then I can have, okay, that option also. Okay, so I'll go with T2 micro, which is free actually. Okay, so next is storage. When I talk about the storage, okay, SSD they are offering 20 GB is the minimum here, so I can have 20 GB of the space for my testing a database system. Now next is storing auto scaling. If you want, we can have auto scaling system. If you don't want auto scaling, okay, fine, no problem. So you can skip that one. For the instance of time, I'll keep auto scaling system also. Maximum storage threshold. That means when to take the copy. After every 1000 GB they have mentioned, charge will apply. Okay, that is related to the charges. Though they have given 20 GB here, if the data exceed 1000 GB, that means it automatically will get migrated from free tier to some development or testing department. Understood? They are going to charge for that one. But since I'm doing this one for training purposes, okay, so they are not going to charge for me. Okay, availability, durability. Okay, that option is not available. Okay, for the free tier architecture here. So next is connectivity. VPC, I'm using default VPC. Okay, so I don't have any custom VPC here. So next, most important, this one, additional configuration, connectivity configuration. Okay, so in additional connectivity configuration, subnet group. Okay, so by default, I've chosen this subnet group. Let me note down this. Okay, subnet group. Subnet group. This is a part of my default VPC. I'll try to take E5BB. Okay, so this is my subnet group here. So access, this is very important, because if you are not allowing to access this data, okay, if you are not choosing this the option no S, access from outside, public access, in that case, if you are choosing this no, that means in that case it is not possible to access this data from outside of the AWS, say a workbench, I cannot access it. Okay, so I'll choose yes. Okay, I want to access this database from outside of my AWS. Next is existing VPC security. Already I had created one VPC, right? Which is that one? Hello, sorry, security group. Participants?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
RDS
SSG.
SGC. Okay, so this is my security group. Just know what I have created. Default, delete this default. I don't want default. So already security group. Okay, it is set now. Now next is availability zone, no preference. So either I1A, 1B. This is very important, 3306, which is nothing but my port number. Okay, so if I want to access, I can access using this database port number. Okay, so next is password authentication, database authentication, password authentication I will use. Okay, or else this options is also offered here for IAM database user. Understood? So you are giving some username and password for IAM user. Understood? So that option is also available. Let's say you have a team of database system, so you can give the username and password for different database experts here. Additional configuration in this regarding about additional configuration, hold on. Yeah, most important here is additional configuration is nothing but initial database name. What database name you want to give? Let's say my database name be, okay, database name be, what I can give? Let's say WP database. Okay, WP database I'll give. Or it is going to be bit lengthy, WPDB I'll give. Okay, WPDB. Cleared? WordPress database. Fine. So next is parameter group, default 5.7 versions only. Okay, groups, okay, optional group, those are optionals. Okay, I'll keep as it is. Next, regarding about the backup retention. Okay, so every 7 days, the Amazon will take the backup of your MySQL. Okay, in the same way, there are other options are also provided. Let's say I want to take maximum up to 35 days, I can take the backup here. Automatically, it will take the backup. Okay, so by default, it is 7. So either you can reduce or you can increase the database backup system. So for the instance of time, I'll keep same thing. Okay, so now next, backup window, select window, no preferences. I don't want that because I'm going to delete this soon after my the demo. So next is audit log. Suppose, let's say someone is working with what I can say, data analytics. Okay, so logs are required. Okay, so I can generate the log of the query, let's say database system. Okay, so by selecting all these options. So next is maintenance, auto minor version upgrade. So that means it will take care of everything like regarding about maintenance, upgradation. Okay, all those things will be taken care by the Amazon itself. We need not to worry about that. Okay, so next is protection also. So if you want the protection, since if it is a real-time database system, you can check on this, enable, okay, deletion protection. Suppose someone is deleting, that means it should be mirror copy of that query, or the data should be there somewhere in the cloud. Understood? So next, this is regarding about the prices. Understood? 750 hours of RDS in a single T2 micro architecture. Okay, so these are the free 20 GB general purpose SSD, 20 GB automated backup storage. 20 GB they are going to have backup storage, and 20 GB they are going to use for RDS purposes. Understood? And we can use for 750 hours per month. Understood? So that is there. If it is exceeding, that means they are going to charge extra for that. Okay, so next is create the database. Hope you are cleared with this. Let me check the configuration clearly. Okay, whether most important here is your database name. Okay, DB, WP, DP I have given. Okay, password authentication, security group. Okay, so public access, everything is fine. I hope everything is fine here. So I'll try to create the database. I'll create the database. Okay, so this will take little time, not little time. It takes around 5 to 6 minutes to, okay, create the database. Any doubt, participants here? Hello?
No, sir.
It's very easy. Okay, very easy. But the only thing is you have to remember that username, password, next database name. Okay, so that is important here. And it takes around 5 to 6 minutes, as I told you, because not only creating it, try to take the backup of also. Okay, try to create the backup also for our database system. That's the reason it takes a lot of time, not 5 to 6 times. So till then, what I will do, let's try to go. Okay, let's try to launch one EC2 instance. Okay, so I'll go to EC2 instance. Hope you can see my console now. I'll go to EC2 instance. Let's try to create one EC2 instance. Create EC2 instance. Okay, so here just I will run, you know this one, how to create the EC2. Hold on. Hold on, participant. Here I'll use Ubuntu. So you can select any flavor here. Next, free tier, configuration, integration. Okay. Next here, you should enable this. Okay. Always remember subnet, VPC default, no preference. Okay. Auto assign public IP is this one. Okay. So always remember this is enabled. Okay. So next is rest of the things remain same. Enabled, optional, add storage. Okay. So add storage here is same. Next, I'll keep 8 GB tag. Let's say the tag be name. Next, say this is for WP, no? WPSG. Okay, so WP RDS. WP RDS. Okay, so next is here. Yeah, this is related to tag. Next comes the most important, very important part of this. So here, see, security group already created, right? Hello, participants. Hello. Okay, security group already created. Just select an existing security group. Okay, so here you can see that security group. Where is it? Where is that security group? Yes. Can RDS SSG. This is for RDS. Okay, so next in the same way, can you see this last one? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, WPSG. So this security group I'm going to use here. Security group. Next, you can see I can access my the data EC2 as well as my WordPress now using HTTP and SSH. Okay, review. Okay, so review and launch it. Review and launch it. Let's have the same key pair. I'm going to use the same key pair here. Okay, acknowledge and launch it. Again, this will take a little time. Okay, so view instance. Hold on, they have changed now. See, the complete the dashboard they have changed here. Okay, recently they did that one. it takes time. Okay, so let this get activated. WP RDS. Okay, hold on. Next is RDS is over. Okay, so RDS is over. EC2 RDS. Let me check RDS also. Okay, so as far as RDS is concerned, again it will take time. Okay, 5 to 6 minutes it takes. It's waste of refreshing also. Till then, so what I will do, okay, so let's go to WordPress. I want to download WordPress. Okay, so after downloading that WordPress, I'm going to install that one using inside the EC2 engine. Okay, to do that one, I'll go to official site, let's say WordPress. Okay, wordpress.org. Okay, just hit on this get WordPress. So this is the link. Okay, hope you can see participants. This is a link. Okay, so I'll copy this link and then I will try to download this with my EC2 engine. Okay, so next is, let me check again. So it's still up and running. Let me refresh this. It is running, but it is not. Hold on. What about VPC? VPC, no, I don't think so that I want VPC. Let me close this. Let me close this. So this is the area from where I'm going to download my WordPress. Hold on. Okay, it is initializing now. Till then, I'll try to open Putty software. Hold on. Putty software. Next Putty, hit on Putty. Here, still it initializing. I'll try whether it is possible. Disable WS security group. Okay, batch 2. Okay, fine. Let me try now whether it is possible to access put WS or not. Copy this. Copy the IP address. So you know this procedure, right? I don't want to explain this. Okay, just try to clear this as soon as possible. Fine. Next auth. Batch. Okay, so next hit on open. Hold on. Let me try whether it is possible or not. Yes, it's possible. Participant, can you see? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now, okay, so my EC2 instance is up and running now. Now I have to configure now. Okay, I have to configure my LAMP server. Okay, to configure LAMP server, first, hold on, please. Hold on. Hold on, participants. First, I need to install Apache. Yeah, hold on. First, as usual, let me update my machine. Update. Even I want to upgrade the package also. Update the machine. Hold on. Yeah, it's taking time. Okay, let me upgrade the machine. Sudo apt-get. Okay, upgrade -y. I'm just upgrading the machine. That means the packages. I need some packages here. Okay, to run my lines. The first is, say now I am in EC2 now. Okay, already RDS is I have created and it is taking little time now. Now already I have created EC2 now, right? Yes or no, participants? Hello? 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 Hello?
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
Yeah. So EC2 now I have created. Now I have to install MySQL on this. Say if I want to run on MySQL, or you take any web-based system. Okay, I need some servers here. I'll use LAMP server. Okay, so to install LAMP server, first I need Apache sudo apt-get sudo apt-get next say install Apache 2-5. Hold on. Okay, so Apache, let me check whether Apache is working or not. Just go to your, copy the IP address. Okay, same procedure. Okay, so I don't want to make the things complicated here. Okay, just run this IP address. That is your public IP address. Let me see. Yeah, Apache is working fine now. Okay, so there is no problem with Apache now. Next is, okay, so next I need MySQL. Okay, so to install MySQL, so what I will do, I'll run. Okay, first let me update the machine. Hold on. Apt-get update. Okay, so next is I want SQL server. Okay, so to install SQL server, just run sudo apt-get install install MySQL. Okay, hyphen server. I want server, so run this. Yes, server now it's getting installed. Hold on. Okay, so server is now installed. Now next is let me check whether it is active or not. To check, you can, what you can do, you just run systemctl command, systemctl status. Okay, status next to MySQL. Okay, SQL. So can you see this? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah, now
Yes, sir.
active running, that means SQL is running fine. Okay, working fine. Let me quit from this. Okay, so let me clear this. Now SQL server is working fine now. Let's try to access this SQL server, sudo. But remember, this SQL server is not, sorry, SQL server. This is the default SQL server of EC2 engine. Understood? Now, so far I have not connected this server. Understood? With my RDS. Let's try to connect later. First, try to see whether this I'm able to log into the server or not. So to do this, what I will do, I'll just run the command like sudo mysql hyphen u. Okay, now next is root. Root is my the username here, hyphen p. Okay, just run root. Yeah, can you see this? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that means my SQL server is working fine now, running fine. So there is no problem here related to SQL server. Let me see. Okay, whether default database are available or not. I'll just run this command. Okay, show databases. So can you see? Yeah, databases are available here. Okay, so databases are available on my EC2 engine. Okay, so next, let's go to other part of the architecture. Now what I will do, RDS with Workbench. Okay, so as morning I was trying this, but I was not able. Let's try now. Okay, again go to hope you can see my screen. Let me check whether my RDD is up and running or not. Okay, let me refresh this. Hold on, let me refresh this. So this is my RDS. Okay, so let me check. Yes, my RDS is working now. Can you see participants? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, RDS is available now. So this is, it has taken the backup also now. Okay, connectivity, maintenance, next window. Okay, everything is fine here. So I can use this RDS site. Okay, so to use this RDS, most important here is the endpoints. Let's say first, let's try to connect this RDS with my workbench, local system. Okay, so to connect this one with the local system, I was trying this, but I was not able. Maybe a problem with my workbench, I guess. Okay, let's see now today. Okay, so here, this is very important. Suppose if I want to connect with any external sources, no, these endpoints are very important here. Okay, so using these endpoints, we will be connecting with the external source. So now what I will do, already workbench is already installed on my system. Okay, hit on workbench. Okay, so workbench is a software or a platform where we will be maintaining the database, querying, okay, creating the table of MySQL. Generally, we do using a workbench system. It's very flexible to work with workbench system. Okay, so and whatever you are modifying in workbench system, that effect you can see in your RDS system here. So hope you can see the new screen of workbench. Can you see this, participants?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me delete this connection. Okay, so next is, hold on. Yeah, you can see workbench. So next is, hit on this plus symbol, hit on plus symbol. So this will ask the name of your RDS. Just give any name here. RDS demo, I'll give RDS demo. So standard TCP IP I'll keep. Okay, TCP IP only I'll keep here. So next to host name. Host name is nothing but your endpoints here. Just go to your RDS. Can you see, participants? Hello? Which screen you can see here?
Console.
I'll keep on, yeah, it's confusing, you know, remote, it's not so easy to demonstrate, right? So this is endpoint. So just copy this endpoints. Okay, so copy this. Next, go to your workbench. Okay, now hope you can see. Let me check. Yeah. Go to your workbench here. Instead of host name, you just copy this endpoints. Okay, copy the endpoints. Port number is 3306, which is a default. Even while configuring our security group, we have given the port number 3306, right? Yes or no? Can someone tell me what is the username?
So admin.
Admin, yes. Okay, so my username is admin. Okay, so next is store invalid password was admin
1 2 3 4 5.
1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so okay, let me check this whether it, let me test the connection. It's showing like successfully. Okay, I can connect. Okay, so next hit on OK. Next is hit on OK. Select that RDS demo. So this is my dashboard. Can you see, participants? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is my now my RDS. So which was in the database name, where I can see the database name, import dashboard, not dashboard, where it is client connection, not admin. Can you see this? RDS admin. This is related to connection. Okay, query. This is for query administration client performance. Hold on. We'll see that one. We'll see this later. Okay. But one thing is sure that my RDS is now got connected. Fine. RDS I have connected with the which one? Workbenches. Okay, workbench. So suppose let us say I'm querying something here. Let's say. So let's try to query later. Okay. Query if you are creating one table here so that you can see the effect in the RDS system. That will, I'll cover this one later. Okay, not later. Let me finish other part of the architecture. Okay, so here, next is, oh, now one part is over. RDS and workbench is over. Okay, that part I have connected now. Now next, let's go to EC2 now. Okay, EC2. Okay, EC2. In EC2, I have connected my SQL and what? SQL and Apache is connected, right? I need one more called PHP because WordPress works completely on these three things. PHP completely designed in PHP, right? Okay, so I need one more here to install sudo. Let me come out of this. Okay, so let me clear this. Next is sudo apt-get install PHP. Here some more packages are required: PHP, MySQL. Okay, MySQL. Next we require PHP GD. Okay, next we required PHP CLI. Okay, PHP CLI. We required common packages, common. Okay, -y. Okay, so these things are required here. So just while executing, just check what is the version of the PHP here. I think it's, yeah, you can see 7.2, I guess. 7.2 version PHP we are using here. Okay, so now almost everything is LAMP server. Whatever the packages are required for LAMP server, I have installed everything. MySQL is there. Next we have PHP is there and Apache is there. Understood? Now it's time to install WordPress. After installing WordPress, we'll try to connect our RDS with the WordPress. Fine. So next is, since it's clear now, PHP is successfully working. Okay, so next is, it's time to install my the WordPress. Okay, to install WordPress, we require two more packages here. First is to download the WordPress, and another one is to unzip the WordPress file. Okay, so usually we get in zip rar file. So those two packages are required. So hit on sudo. Okay, apt-get install. Now we need wget as well as unzip. Okay, unzip -y. Fine. So it's clear. That means I have installed that one. Now next is go to sudo wget. Okay, copy that link. I'll just now. Okay, so hope you can see the screen now. Go to your official WordPress site. Understood? So this is the link. Okay, so here just right click this, and copy the link. Copy the link. Go to your console again. Yeah, go to your EC2 engine. Paste it here. Okay, enter it. Okay, so this is almost around 13 MB of file. So this will take time. Hold on. Hold on, participants. Okay, so let me check. So latest.zip file is downloaded. Okay, so next is I have to unzip this and I have to migrate this file to my the location where my Apache server index file is located. Okay, so to do that, what I will do, I'll just try to unzip this. To unzip, I'll unzip this file. Okay, I'll use sudo unzip. Okay, unzip next to latest.zip. Fine, enter it. So that means I have, I think, yeah, file got unzipped. Now I have the folder name. Can you see the folder name? It is WordPress, but I want the files which is inside the folder. Understood? So I want to copy or move all the files and folders which are inside this. Let me check here. cd WordPress. So I want to move this file. I don't want to move the complete folder. Okay. So to that exact location under HTML. So let me come out of this. Okay. So to do that, what I will do, I'll just run the command like sudo. I'll just copy this sudo cp -r. Okay. So WordPress. Okay, the file which is inside WordPress, all the files which are inside WordPress folder, I'm going to move this one. This is my destination, the directory where www html. Okay, html/. So this will run now. Okay, so yes, I have copied all the files to over there. Let me go to that location cd. Okay, so where www.html. Okay, / can you see all the files are available? Okay, participants, hello, hope you are understanding the concept. I'll just quickly, I'm trying to cover all this thing. Okay, so next is sudo. I don't want this file html.index file. Okay, html.index file is nothing but the front page of your the machine there. Okay, the front page of the front page of your Apache default page. So rm sudo rm, just give index.html. Okay, so removed it. Okay, so now you can see that file is not available. Understood? Now next is the most important here is, okay, so I have to give the permission for all the files here. Okay, so usually if you take WordPress, okay, that works on www-data using the concept. Okay, so that if you check into, let me check the permissions of all the files here. See, it is in root now, right? Can you see? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is in root now. I have to change this one to the www-data. Okay, that can be done using, because all the files will work on that using that permissions. Okay, so in WordPress, so I can do that one using chown command, ch. Okay, wn. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, chown www-data next semicolon www-data recursive r I will use. Okay, so that is in where next www-html. Okay, all the files hyphen. Okay, so next is run it. I have changed now. So let me check here ls -l. Can you see? Hello? So now the permission I have changed now. www-data. Before it was root, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I can run this using my server now. Okay, so to run this using server.
So why did you do this?
Okay, because all actually the files were in the root. All the files were in the root permission. Understood? But if you take the WordPress, they works on this www-data permissions. Okay, so this is one type of a permission, specially designed for what I can say, the WordPress systems. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I'll clear more. Okay, why we are doing. Okay, let me try to clear that concept. Okay. Next is index file is already deleted. Now I can follow the common procedure. Okay, of installation. But remember here, what I will do, I'll try to integrate my RDS database on my WordPress. So here, let me minimize this. I'll go to my main window. Okay, so here, this was my previous page of Apache server. Next, what I will do, let me copy my the IP address. This is the IP address where my WordPress is installed. Okay, just same thing. Okay, there is no difference here. Copy it. Can you see? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah, can you see? You can see, right? Okay. So here, have a look on this. So this is the first page of the WordPress where generally we install it. But here, some configuration is different here. Okay, so let me hit on continue. Let's go. Okay, let's install this. Here, database name. Can anyone tell me what was the database name? DB. I created one database name.
WPDB.
Huh?
WPDB, WordPress
Yeah,
database.
WPDB. Okay, username admin, right?
Admin.
Username was admin and the password was admin
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here the most important, since okay, generally what we do, database we will be storing in localhost. Okay, so here the change is just instead of localhost, you go to your RDS. Okay, go to RDS here. Can you see RDS? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you, yeah, go to RDS, copy this endpoint. Okay, now next go to WordPress setup, paste it over here. Okay, paste here, submit it. Can you see run installation? That means I have integrated my RDS with where? Hello?
WordPress.
WordPress. So that means if I convert this WordPress to online system, no, by uploading any theme, okay, all that data are now I'm going to store where in the RDS system. Okay, let's have one simple subtitle here. Okay. Username, give any username. Okay, so next is, let's say XER, XEZ, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's week, confirm week for password. Give your email address, XER, XEZ. Next. Okay, so I don't want to link this one with SEO. Install WordPress. Okay, login. So that means our application is up and running now. XER, XEZ, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the main console here. Fine. Hope you are cleared. Any doubt,
Yes.
participants?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
right? Okay, okay. Now let's go to MySQL. So here, I was trying this to access database. We can access database from Workbench itself, right? Yes or no? Okay. So let's say. Let me go to EC2 engine. So if you can see here. Okay. Let me come out of this. Okay. Clear this. Now, see, in using EC2, I want to connect my RDS now. Okay. So to do that, what I can do is run MySQL -h, next the endpoints. Then next go to your RDS. Hope you can see the screen now. Hello? Yeah, go to
Yeah.
RDS. Okay, so copy this endpoints. Next is go to your command line. Okay, so next is paste it over here. Okay, so this is my endpoint. Next is -p, give the port name, that is 3306. Next is my username is admin, -p is password. Okay, so next is hit this. Okay, enter. It is asking for password, but my password was admin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, hold on. So see here, I cannot access this. Why? Hello? Hello? Hello, participants.
I guess it could be a root user.
No, let me try with the root also. I'll shift it to root. Okay, so have a look. In root also, I'll do MySQL -h. Next comes our endpoints. Okay, so after endpoints -p, this is a port number 006 admin -p. Admin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see why it is? Okay, what is the reason that I'm not able to access my RDS instance or RDS MySQL database? Participants?
No idea, sir.
See, somewhere it is connected, no? Where it is connected?
In the RDS system.
RDS instance I have connected somewhere. In Workbench, right?
I guess the access is not given.
No, actually, you see, already I have connected my RDS where here, no? Hello? Hello?
So we can see the console.
Yeah, can you see the console now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here I have connected, right? So no,
Yes, sir.
we have connected here. That's the reason I'm not able to connect in EC2 engine. Understood? So that
Oh,
means
we can't connect to multiple places.
yeah, we can't connect to multiple places here. Either I have to disconnect from this Workbench, or okay, or else I can connect directly to EC2 engine. And that's the reason. Okay, morning I was trying this, but it was not possible. Okay, so my next is since let's go to RDS now. One, hold on. I'm not able to check my database. Hold on. Database is connected to database, manage database, connect to database. So this is the database, right? Client connections. Okay, so this database already I have created. Since a Workbench, I'm sorry to say, Workbench so far I have not used. So that's the reason I'm finding a bit difficulty here. Okay, but we'll try. Can someone, are you guys are using Workbench? Hello?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
I've heard it for the first time, sir. The Workbench.
Right, Workbench. Okay, Workbench we will be using for database connection. Let's try with this. Okay. First, let's try to create a database. Let's say database B, create database. But remember, whatever the database I'm creating here, it is going to affect my RDS database demo. Okay, so next is to select this and execute it. To select and execute, I think like this. Yes, can you see? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
can
sir.
you see? Yeah, so one database got created. Database demo got created. That means I can see this effect over where in the RDS. Similarly, let's say show databases. Okay, show databases. Already it is showing, right? Why to use those things again? Okay. Let me, but still, okay, so let me, so you can see show databases. Have a look on this. Hello? Hello,
Yes, sir.
participant. Have a look on this. See, the moment when I run this, see, have a look on this. I have, see, can you see, this is the databases of my, which one?
RDS.
RDS. Okay, have a look on this. Okay, demo just now I created. Understood. So these are the database which are located inside my RDS. But remember, this database are of my this one WordPress. If you take WordPress system schema. Okay, system. Okay, so these are the default databases which are in the RDS. WP. Okay, so the database what I have created while creating the what this database when I created while configuring the RDS, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so while configuring the RDS, this is freshly newly created a database here. Okay, so hope you can clear with this. So that means I'm able to fetch my all the RDS, what I can say, MySQL, the database system using the RDS, which was in AWS. So similarly, let's try to add some data here. I'll use my demo. Okay, demo database. Okay, so next is, let me run this. Yeah, I'm using demo database now. Let's try to insert some table here. So to insert table, let me create some table. Okay, and create table, authors. Okay, ID int, which is of type int. name. Okay, variable character, say 20. Where it is there? Hold on. Say variable 20. Okay, comma. I'll have one more called email. Okay, variable varchar. Say 20. Okay, end it. So next to run this one. Run this. This is disturbing me. Okay. Run this. So that means table got created. You can see here. So you can see here table created. Okay, 0 affected. That means there are no rows in this, but table got created inside my demo database. Next is let's try to add some the data. So to add data, so what I will do, I'll run this query, insert into authors. Okay, insert into authors. Let's say ID. Next we have name. Next we have email. Okay, so next is email. Give the values. Values are, let's say 1, comma, let's say Vivek. Okay, Vivek. Next say XYZ @xyz.com. Okay. Similarly, run this one. Run this. Let me run this and see whether it is possible to insert the data or not. Yeah, insert into this one row. Can you see this, participants? One
Yes,
row
sir.
is getting got affected now. Similarly, what I will do, let me have some more data. Okay, say to Raju. Okay, Raju dot say Raju. Fine. Next is run this one. So you can see, okay, 2 got affected here. This is craziness. 2 got affected. Can you see this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Similarly, let's have last one more. Okay. So next is, let's say John. John. Fine. Run this one. Run this.
So the ID.
What ID?
I
ID.
have-
Sorry. Thank you, sir. Okay. So run this one. So that means one more got affected here. Now let's try to check this one. Okay. As far as checking is concerned, what I think this select star from data table, no?
Table
Select
name.
star, yeah, table name. That is authors. Enter it. Sorry. Run this one. Execute it. So can you see this? Hello, participants.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is how we are fetching the data here. Okay, so now next is, I just want to know, okay, so from where, let's see where I can see this effect in RDS. Somewhere, hold on, I'll go to database now. Right now I'm in database now, RDS. Fine. Here, somewhere you can see that tables, the table and databases. Let me check here the database. Hold on, not this one. Subnet mask, snapshot, query editor. Query editor. No, not in query editor. Here I have databases. Database. This is a database. sorry, this is an ID of my RDS instance. So I just want to check where are those database. CIDI inbound, outbound. Proxy identifier. Option group, parameter groups, not parameter groups. Not this one. So somewhere we need to find this one, participants. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so here, hope you are clear like how to transfer the data now. Okay, so this you can take this one, not assignments. Just find out, even from morning I'm searching. Okay, so I'm not getting that one where the data is storing here. Okay, where the data is stored, but it is affecting in on my MySQL database here. Okay, so that I will I'll clear you where exactly the data is getting stored here, either in S3 or any other system here. Okay, regarding about query editor.
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
Sorry,
Yes, sir. It was very simple.
I didn't get you, sir. Change database. No, does anyone know from where the data is located? I was studying like it takes little time. It has to take backup and some after few minutes. Okay, so data will be available on your RDS system.
Okay,
So
sir.
this is the query editor. Let's try to create from here. Create. Change database is asking for change the editor. Create. Change database here. There is an option here. Change database. Sorry. Create database. Change database. Create. Let me try to create here. Create database. Database. Say XER XEZ. Okay. Run this one. Not run. Save this. XER XEZ. Not like that. Okay, output you can't see here. Anyways, participant, this I will show you. I'll demonstrate this one in the coming sessions. Fine. Hello.
Okay, sir.
Hope
Okay,
you
sir.
are clear now.
Yes, sir.
How to what I can say. Design the architecture using web development next to RDS, next to workbench. Generally, what we do, it's a best practice, I guess. It's better to, if you want to modify your database, better you use the workbench. Okay, so whatever you are modifying there, that will be affected in your RDS. What I can say, MySQL. Now next is in the same way, reverse process. Suppose let us say the customers are getting in, coming to your site, and they are purchasing. Okay, so obviously they are going to share their data. Okay, and that data it is going to store where? Inside your RDS. Understood? That have
Yes.
to that work is pending. That we have to complete. Okay. So next is after this there is one more service. I just want to briefly introduce that.
Sir,
service.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I want to access the data from the WordPress,
If I
What we have to do?
have a look on this. This is a workbench directly now. Understood? Hello.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Workbench. Now what I did. Which screen you can see? Can
The
you see
workbench.
workbench? Yeah. So this here, from here we are going to access the database. Have a look on this. Okay, so here we are going to access. 1 second. Let me run that query again. Show database. Show databases. See, so these are the databases. Understood? So these are the databases. See, information schema. This is the database of what? WordPress. Understood? Okay, so these are the databases. REST. Okay, the data. This is what I created. This MySQL. Okay, InnoDB, INNODB, performance schema. Okay, so all this is the database of the WordPress. So what I did, that WordPress database I stored in RDS, MySQL. From RDS, I'm accessing this one using Workbench. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I got. But if I want to access it from the WordPress or the
WordPress,
from the
yeah, very good question. See, to access from WordPress, so here there is a default. One second, I'll show you that also. But I'll show you that one. So if I want to access with WordPress, okay, what you have to do is go to putty now. Let me stop this one. Okay, let me close this putty. Okay, let me open the putty again. Putty. Okay, here, go to your instance. So my WordPress is stored here, right? Hello?
yes, sir.
I have installed the WordPress here. Copy this one. So after copying this, post, okay, paste this one. Okay, so after that, delete this first. Okay, so next to port is 22 here. Next, what you have to do is go to SSH. Under SSH, okay, so as usual, you copy the PPK file. Now, after copying PPK file, there is an option here, tunnels. Can you see, participants?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there is an option called tunnels. Use that tunnel option. Okay, so use tunnel option. Your source port should be 8888. If this is actually, since I'm using HTTP is not secured, right?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? Okay, so that's the reason generally it will not allow, AWS will not allow to access the your database of WordPress which is installed in EC2. Understood? So
Okay.
that is the reason. If you have HTTPS, no problem. I can access that PHP my admin console. Okay, it's also possible. I'll just demonstrate this. Morning I was trying, but it was not possible to access localhost. Okay, localhost. Here type localhost. My TCP port number is how much? 80, right?
Yes, sir.
80. And so localhost 80. Now add this. So tunnel is already added. Now next go to sessions. Okay, go to sessions here. Let me save this. Okay, yeah. Go to sessions. Okay, auth is over. Tunnel is also over. Understood. So tunnel already I have saved this one. Next is local auto is there. Okay, let me check IPv4 also. Okay, open it. So here Ubuntu. Hello.
The screen went on.
One second. Here. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Ubuntu. Okay. Ubuntu. Now I am in the private IP address now. This is the private IP address of Ubuntu where my WordPress is stored. Now what you have to do is, okay, again go to your console. Okay, so here again you copy. Okay, so now right now we can't copy this IP addresses and I cannot access my PHP. So what they have done, since just to like maintain the security, what they have done, they have designed one special the link here, http hyphen okay //127 127.0.0.1 okay semicolon 8080 not 8080 hold on. That IP address is yeah 888. Sorry, port number is 888/PHP myadmin. Okay, so I can using this PHP myadmin I can access it. Okay, PHP myadmin /. Okay, let me check now. Now see here, this is how we are accessing participants. But from morning I'm trying this. I'm not able to access my PHP myadmin. Okay, so this is the method. This is procedure to access my PHP myadmin database of my WordPress. But no, don't worry. That I'll try to find out what error I'm facing here. and then I'll demonstrate. Okay, so how to access even through PHP admin here. Okay. Any other
Okay.
questions?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. But why? What I suggest, why to access from different the platform. You use one platform, Workbench. If you are comfortable with PHP MyAdmin, you can access your database through PHP admin also. Okay, but it
Yes.
is better to know all the options which are available to access the database system. Okay, so next is I'll just briefly explain this. The other service which is very important for me for coming sessions. Since after 12, I'm going to have all the concept related to machine learning. So these are the fundamental things, okay, which are required, okay, to collect the data or you take to handle any machine learning related task here. Okay, so here there is an option called, I think you guys are familiar with image recognition, recognizing the object, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means recognizing the object, let's say a human or you take object, any type of an object, but okay, so there is a predefined platform called Rekognition, but I'm not going to use this Rekognition. I'm going to write the programs using OpenCV in coming sessions. Okay, so Rekognition, there is a platform called Rekognition, Amazon Rekognition, Rekognition, REKO. Okay, so here, so this is the dashboard. Okay, so this is the dashboard. Now next, suppose let us say I want to detect object. Okay, I want to detect object. Okay, so let's have first, yeah, I want to detect object. Okay, so hit on this. Okay, so after hitting on this, okay, so next upload. Let's say try to upload some image here. Let's try to upload some image. Hold on. Go to Amazon training objects. Let's say demonstration content. Hold on. Can you see this? Okay, so let's say some objects here. Let's say family photo. Hello, participant, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I have uploaded family photos. So have a look on this. Participants.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this you can use Kinesis if you have real-time streaming data, right? Let us say you are fetching the data from CCTV. So using the Kinesis. Kinesis you integrate with this recognition. I understood. It accurately detect the objects, real-time objects. Okay, but remember, I'm going to have OpenCV programs directly to perform these things. Human, you have a look on this. Human 99.8%, 99.8 accuracy it's giving. People, understood. It gives the complete description of your images here. Okay, but unfortunately, it is not able to recognize here the animal, dog, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means there is some problem here. In the same way, let's say this is one option: scene detection, object and scene detections. Okay, image moderation. I'll come to this one. Not this. So hold on. Okay, facial analysis. Let's have facial analysis. Okay, so here facial analysis. Have a look on this. Let me upload. Let me upload some photo. Let's say I'll try to upload my Salman Khan photo. So have a look on this. I'm all-time favorite of Salman Khan. sorry to say.
No,
Okay,
no, sir, no problem.
okay, look like a face. Okay, so next appear to be male, 97%. Age, have a look on this. This is very important. Age range 27 to 43. It's showing based upon the pixels of the images. Understood? So
Yes,
27 to 43, age, old, not smiling, appear to be calm. Okay, not wearing glasses. So this the JSON script you can see here. So this is the JSON script, and this is the accurate values. Generally, you can see from this, okay, how it is recognizing the object here. Understood? Now, next in the same way, this is just for fun, huh? We can design these things. Celebrity faces. Okay, celebrity face recognition. Let's try to upload. Okay, so let's try to upload. Let's say let's try to have Yeah, these three guys. Okay, so can you see this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Have a look on the Shah Rukh Khan, it's showing 98% it's Shah Rukh Khan. But in the case of Salman Khan, see here. So it's showing like this fellow. So we need to find out. That means the face of Salman Khan look it's matching with this particular fellow.
Yes,
Amir
sir.
Khan, yeah. So 79, it is giving the accuracy also 79. It is showing like okay, it's Johnny Knoxville. Amir Khan 100%. See, the accuracy is accurate here. Amir Khan face it's showing what the 100% accurate celebrity. So you can have you can put your name. Okay, you can upload your what I can say the pictures and you can see okay whether how much amount of your data is available in the internet. Understood? So based upon that one, it is comparing. Face comparison. There is another option here. Face comparison. Okay, so here also see similarities. I can compare the one. We need two photos here. This girl photo with this group photo. Okay, so similarities you can see here. This face is not comparing. I cannot compare this face with this. Not equal. Similarly, this also. Okay, you can try this. Okay, so it's very simple. Okay, upload and just use it. Next, in the same way, text recognition. Okay, so upload any file here. It's Monday, but keep smiling. You can see here. Okay, it's displaying. It's Monday. Keep smiling. Okay, so I don't have. I have some other photo. So can you see this? Okay, it's recognizing the text here. G is there. Okay, G is the Desi, okay, so and so XYZ. The characters are it is recognizing. But remember this recognition platform, no, to learn, this is not a good the best platform. Okay, how to design these things. But when it comes to real world operational level, okay, this is going to help you a lot. Okay, in the sense, I can connect this image recognition with the real-time system and I can recognize images, the text, even I can have the name, particular name of the person also. Similarly, it is also possible for video analysis. Okay, so I can have video analysis also. You can upload the video. Okay, and it is going to recognize all these things. Celebrity name, people. Okay, people, celebrities, and the text. Okay, text here. So let me play this. Already one uploaded video is there. Let me try to play this. Okay, so already it is played, I guess. Yeah, I'll try to play this one. Have a look. It is recognizing the video streaming data. Fine. So it has recognized. Have a look on this. It has recognized these many results. There are 13 results here. 2 peoples are there. 2 celebrities. Those 2 people are celebrities. Object and activities. There are 9 object and activities here. Let's try to see that. Those which are those objects and activities. Objects, as far as objects are concerned, humans are there. People, person, audience, crowd, speech, furniture, beard, and chair. I think in this I can see beard. Crowd. Okay. It is the way the method they are speaking, right, that it has recognized there are crowd. That means it is predicting actually. The next furnitures are there, here is there, chairs are there, and they are speaking, conversation is going on. Okay, that means audience also it has predicted. That means audience are nothing but other 2 celebrities here. Okay, hope you are clear. Okay, so it's very simple. I don't want to dig the I don't want to stretch this one for long interval of time. It is your duty now. Fine. Hello. Okay, you can try this. You can try and just see how we can implement or how we can use this services using Amazon Web Services for solve the real-time the problems. Hope you are clear. If you have any doubt, please let me know, or else I'll wind up the session.
No, sir, no doubts.
No doubts, right? Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
signing off. What about tomorrow? Shall I conduct session?
Tomorrow it's okay for me, sir.
Other participants?
No, sir. Tomorrow, actually, I have a interview test from Exaware.
Okay.
So if it will be fine if you take it in the morning, but
Fine,
after
no problem. I'll try in the morning session. Uzma ma'am,
Okay.
I'll try in the morning
No
session.
problem, sir. No problem.
Okay, so tomorrow it's holiday for us. Okay, I'll
Okay,
try
sir.
to take the session in the morning itself. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.